Go ahead, you're on.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to LCTV 20 broadcast of right now. We're looking ready to get ready for some freshman football here. My name is Gary Pelter. I'm here with Tom Bowers. And Tom, it's a beautiful afternoon for football out here at George Daniel Stadium.
We had some rumors there's going to be some cold weather coming in, but this, you can't complain. This is a great day for football. Sun shining with the Red Raiders from Shaker Heights and the Titans from Lorain.
And the Titans are going to start out with the football. Starting out on their own 35. First snap of the ball game. Wow. Big defensive play for the Red Raiders right there.
He looks like he was a little bit in motion, so that probably set the timing of the playoff slightly, I've got to believe. With Dave Winokur at quarterback, so he's their regular.
That looked like that was Diaz with the football.
Jalen?
It looked like a 29 to me.
Yeah, it was.
As we get things underway here. There he goes.
Fumble on the ground, ball's on the ground.
It's still on the ground. They moved that ball. It went forward for Lorain. It's going to bring up a third down situation. They got a couple yards the hard way.
Yeah. Shaker is crowding the box. I think they know that Lorain might be a running team. You know, anymore, you don't have to scout teams anything. Everything's on huddle anymore, so, you know, everyone gets to see everything.
Well, Lorain offensively, they've got things spread out.
Yeah.
Split end out to the right side. They've got a man in the slot on the left and another end way out there.
See.
And a high snap. He has got the football again, but that time, once again, going the wrong way.
Yeah, it looks like it probably was a pass. I see the receivers are well downfield, and they brought in Paris Chapman into the backfield. You know, at this level, I was trying to, when I was sitting down on the bench pre-game down there, you try to talk to the centers. At this level, centering the ball is one of the most important aspects of ninth grade football.
And so much of it today is long snapping. It's not like the old days when you basically handed it right to the quarterback.
Right to the quarterback, yes. And Shaker seems to be sending everybody, and there's no blocking. There's a little fake punt, but that wasn't a fake. So Shaker's going to take over at the 15-yard line.
Wow. Yeah, Lorain went about 19 yards the wrong way on that drive.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened with that snap right there. We were just talking about it, and it looked like that snap just didn't come out clean, that's for sure. Shaker ends up with the football, and right now they're going to come out offensively in excellent field position at about the 14, 15-yard line.
I see what you mean by Shaker's number 95. He looks like he's a man down there amongst boys. Well, on the other side, 94.
He's not a little guy either. Number 25 gets the football for Shaker, and they go the right direction. They're going, gets it down to about the 9-yard line.
Yeah, we're going to have to apologize to any Shaker people that might be watching this game live streamed. We don't have the names of any of their players, so we'll just have to call them by number.
Yeah, we'll see what we can acquire throughout the course of the game as far as that goes, but right now we have zero information. And Lorain, they come up right there with a nice defensive play.
First person on attack was 96, Lamar Miller.
If the Titans can get out of this one without giving up a score.
Yes. Yeah. You're almost a magician to do that, though. There's a little passing game, and there's a rush, and there's the fumble.
And I heard whistles out there before that happened. I don't know.
They either called an incomplete pass or was he in the grasp? You see if they move it back to the line of scrimmage, or are they going to move the ball back to where he was grasped?
They're moving it back, but
that's the original line of scrimmage.
Was there a penalty? Was that did somebody jump?
Oh yeah,
I think somebody's jumped on Shaker. We didn't get a clear definition of that from our officiating crew. Shaker out of the shotgun, lobs it over to the left corner, and number 3 got his hands on it. It couldn't have been put in much better of a spot.
Yeah, he was a little bit covered by Jonathan Gaines, but that was still a catchable ball. So I think, you know, if I'm a Shaker coach, I put that in the back of my mind that he was open, so we can try that again. Well, we got 4th and 10. Now, this is another passing down, so Lorain got to be aware of that. Yeah, on the sideline, young Johnny McDermott is the one who calls defensive signals for Lorain.
Well, Shaker's got trips out to the left. They've got a wide out to the right. One man in the backfield. He motions out. Now it's empty backfield. Quarterback tosses it over the middle. Drops to the ground harmlessly, and Lorain will take over on downs.
And I think you got your wish. They held Shaker without a score.
Shaker had picked up nice yardage on first down, and then after that they had the penalty and a couple incompletions, and next thing you know, it's Lorain's ball again.
I think they were forced to pass because of the penalty, and maybe running might be their game. They have to shore up that centering. That's the important part of this. And they have to block who's ever rushing because they had too much penetration for that first series.
And Lorain comes into this ball game with a record of 3-2-1.
They tied Maple Heights 2 weeks ago.
There's the snap, and that snap was successful, but
it looked like a missed handoff, or was that read option? Yeah, because they run the same offense as the varsity. You know, that's a big play in the varsity's offense, that read option.
Whitaker got that snap, and he didn't look like he was very happy with the outcome of that play. So quite possibly something went awry with that one, Tom. That time the ball snapped directly to Diaz. He's going to pick up nice yardage, and quite possibly the first down of the ball game. We'll see how the way they mark it at. I think they're going to mark him.
Yeah.
Well, they gave him the first down.
Moving the sticks. Now, he did get touched in the backfield, but he broke that tackle, which gave him some positive yards after the touch. So still they're going to have to shore up that blocking.
Whitaker hands the ball off once again. And a nice pickup that time, once again by Diaz.
Now they're going to question, did he go out of bounds?
And the official on the side here is going to put him out at about the 42.
Okay.
But that's still going to be a first down and a nice pickup for the Titans.
And I seen quarterback Dave Whitaker, he's kind of exciting the team, like, let's keep going, let's keep going.
They're having some success running that football to the right side. Let's see if they stick with that, even though it's a short side of the field. No, they'll go to the left that time off a tackle. Diaz picked up a couple of yards, but
yeah, they're going to have to find Paris Chapman into the backfield to replace Diaz.
Brings up a second down and 8 for the Titans. Closer and closer to midfield. This has been a pretty nice drive so far. They've picked up a couple of first downs. Still with everybody all spread out. They're going to hand the ball off that time. Yep, Chapman with the football.
I don't know if that's a flag or is that a beanbag he threw out there.
I don't know, but they lost 3 yards on that play.
Yeah, whatever it was, he picked it up, so it must have been his beanbag.
That ball was ran away from us. I don't know if there's I don't know if that ball might have popped out there for a second.
Third down. Does Lorain have a passing game? We'll see this quickly.
Well, looks like they've got a scrambling game.
Whitaker.
And a pickup of about 3 yards by Whitaker. maybe 4 yards. But it's going to bring up a 4th down and long, 4th down and about 7.
Dave Whitaker lost his helmet. Does that the rules call for him having to sit out of play at this level?
Well, they moved the spot of the ball back just a hair. 4th down and 8. It looks like the Titans are going to run a play here.
And this is Jimmius Gaines takes the ball, hands off. Chapman drops the ball to the ground, and
I'm not even.
Over. Wow.
Whatever happened there wasn't, I don't think, as planned.
No.
They snapped the ball. Looked like Diaz got the football and attempted to hand the ball off, and the ball was not cleanly handed off and ended up on the ground, and nonetheless it's going to be Shaker's football on a turnover. Turnover on downs or a fumble, however you want to look at it.
It's tough to take your wing back and make him the quarterback for one play. There's a little
Shaker
pass.
Taking the football out there on the right side. Pickup of about 8 yards on the carry or the pass.
So passing might be their forte. That was the third play in a row where they threw the ball.
Yeah, they've been very happy throwing the football. That time they handed off. Number 25 takes the ball off the right side, and he picked up a nice chunk of yardage.
Yeah.
They're going to pick him up about 12 yards on that carry and a 1st down. First down of the afternoon for Shaker. Now remember earlier, Shaker ended up with the football in the Lorain 15 and didn't get anything out of that possession. Once again, quarterback looking over to the sideline, making sure of the play call. Ball is snapped down low, hits the ground, and Shaker is lucky they still have possession of it after that. -5 on that. 4, I should say.
You don't know, was that the snap or just a bad handoff? It's hard to say. I know Lorain didn't put that much pressure on the ball.
I don't think the quarterback.
Yeah.
Once again, we apologize. We don't have a roster for Shaker at this particular juncture. I don't think he got the ball cleanly. That time he hands the ball off to the right. And a pickup of about a 9-yard pickup. Picks up the 4 yards they lost and another 5.
Well, that was an old-fashioned play. Quarterback up under center, handing off to a fullback on the little trap.
And the fullback was number 50. And you don't see a number 50 running the football very often.
No, you don't. My guess this is like their, what did they call that down at the
jumbo
Ohio
package?
State? The jumbo package, yeah.
And they pick up about another 5-6 yards, and they get a 1st down on that one. Second 1st down on this drive, and they are now inside the 10-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and goal for Shaker. They've got 50 in there again. They hand the football off to him. That time, not a lot. We got positive yardage, but only about 1.5 yards.
Kind of gang tackled by the front of Lorain line, and I see 98, which is Ramel Martin, is the last one getting up off the pile, so I assume he's the first one to hit him.
And once again, Shaker quarterback looking to get the play from the sidelines. Gets under center right now. Gets a snap. Hands it off to the tailback going to the left side. Number 25 gets it close. I'm looking for a signal from the official. No touchdown signal. I think they're going to have him out on the
1 yard
just
line?
before the goal line.
Less than the yard line. I seen a flag there, but I think the official picked it up and put it in his pocket. So
might have been. Maybe he was reaching for the beanbag to mark it.
Yeah. And they just threw the wrong thing. Timeout called. Is that Lorain? Oh, no, quarter change. 9-minute quarters go real fast in this level.
And they were running the football.
Yeah.
So we've got a quarter change, folks. We've got no score.
Yeah.
Got a lot of action, but no scoring so far in this ball game.
This time Shaker's knocking on the door, though. It's not like they're on a 15 like they started off the game.
But you are correct, sir. They are knocking on the door, but it's still going to be, it is going to be second down at about the 1 foot line. Got things underway a little bit late to this afternoon. I think Shaker might have got caught up in that traffic in Cleveland.
Yeah, coming home from Cleveland, it's an hour from Shaker without any traffic, let alone if you have to bump 90 on rush hour.
Yes.
This is usually the situation in Lorain. We always used to put the big beef in there, keep them up the middle.
Well, they've got a number 50 that they've been using at fullback.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he occasionally plays on the line if he's wearing number 50.
Yeah. Now you got to counter that with some beef on defense too now.
Now it's going to be third down and a goal to go on about the 1 foot line for Shaker. Let's see what the Titans can come up with defensively. Shaker going to keep it with a tight offensive formation. They've got one wide out to the left, and they're going to send one out here to the right. Everybody else is going to be in the box.
And they got a quarterback that can go up under center, so they don't have to snap the ball back 5 yards.
And he hands it off to number 50.
Who else would you give it to on the 1 yard line?
Well, 25 has been pretty effective running the football as well, but he takes it into the end zone for a touchdown. And that's going to be the first score of the ball game as Shaker goes on top. Right now, 6-0 with the, looks like the 2-point conversion attempt to follow. They'll move the ball back out to the 3. Let's see what they do this time, Tom.
There's going to be a pass, but a whistle stopped the play.
They have legal procedure against Shaker, so it's going to move it back another 5 yards. So now they'll be at the 8. Let's see how much this changes their play calling.
There's still, I mean, that was obviously a passing play. I got to believe it's going to be the same passing play 5 yards further back.
This time the quarterback goes up under the center, takes a snap, quick pass over the middle, but he didn't get it up high enough. It bounced about a foot in front of the receiver, number 9, and incomplete, and we stay at 6-0. Shaker on top right now as we just get the second quarter play underway.
To this level, there's no kickoffs, so Lorain will probably take the ball at the 35-yard line and see if they can generate 65 yards of offense.
That was a 7-play, 58-yard drive.
Wow. Yeah.
Let's see if the Titans can answer this. What a beautiful day for football.
Well, my guess is Lorain is going to have to loosen them up somehow to keep that rush. I mean, because they're just putting too much pressure on them. Now, how do you loosen them up? If you're not a non-passing team, you're going to have to go wider.
Well, part of the situation with Lorain is they're going to have to sharpen up that exchange between the center and the quarterback and the running back when they're handing it off, because they've put the ball on the ground several times in this first quarter so far. Very nice handoff right there, but only gets back to the line of scrimmage that time. That was Chapman.
That was a beautiful open field tackle, number 17.
Nice little scissors type action in the backfield right there.
The wingback number 21 will probably get that jet sweep here coming up soon. That's Caden Rosario, 21. I wonder if he's the speedster on the team.
Whitaker back waiting to take the snap, and is snapped directly that time. That was Chapman getting the direct snap. He's going to pick up another 3 yards there. Going to bring up a 3rd down and about 6. Lorain in the all dark blue today, and Shaker in the red with the white tops. Ball snapped directly to Chapman. Chapman's going to struggle and run almost backwards. Pick up enough for the first down. He picked up about 7 yards, but that's enough for the first down and going to keep the chains moving for the Titans.
I think 6 of those 7 yards he ran backwards, didn't he?
Whatever you got to do to get it done.
Well, they're taking Chapman out and putting Diaz back in. Hope that's not an injury. Hope it's just he's a little bit tired. Let's substitute.
Well, Diaz has had some success running to the right earlier this afternoon. Let's see if he gets the ball here. Well, that time Whitaker kept it himself, and he paid for it. He picked up about 1.5 yards there.
As a quarterback, Whitaker looks like he runs like a fullback. He put his head down and tried to pick up a few after the tackle kind of yardage.
Lorain split in out to the right, man in the slot, and a split to the left. One back in the backfield with a wing to the right side. And this time there's going to be Shaker height, Redmen.
You're going to have
Red Raiders all over him.
So I see one receiver that was probably 30 yards, 35 yards downfield. Whitaker, he might be able to throw that far, but I don't think the line can hold out that long because they're putting 5 and 6 people in the box and rushing hard.
Yeah, he literally had no time to even bring the arm back and throw that football up there. If he was going to do it, there's no reading, there's just throwing. And this time the ball was snapped. That time Whitaker ended up with it, and I thought that was Diaz with it, and so did a couple of
everybody. So did the 4 people
men.
that tackled Diaz thought he had the ball. That's Whitaker laying on the ground. We always say, I think it looks like he got the wind knocked out of him. I think he landed on the football the way he was carrying it.
Well, we've got the training personnel out there taking a look at him.
That was a beautiful read option and a nice open field tackle. Watching it on replay here. That's that number 17 again for Shaker.
Well, Lorain has done a much better job this possession of the center quarterback and or backs exchanges, and they've done a nice job of handling the ball in the backfield. Nice to see Whitaker coming off the field under his own power. But that's going to bring up a situation here on 4th down where somebody is going to get the snap in the backfield other than the quarterback.
Yeah. Is it going to be a direct snap to Chapman, which they've done that already? They've done the direct snap to Diaz already, so time will tell who takes over that job.
It's going to be a 4th down and 12 situation.
After this play, there's going to be a first down. We don't know if it's going to be the team in blue or the team in white.
Now, the last time we had a situation like this, we weren't sure whether there was going to be a punt or not. And then when we saw the snap, we still weren't sure because the snap only went about 8 feet. So we'll see what this situation is. It looks like they're going to run a play. This time Diaz is back to looking like he's going to take the snap. And thankfully enough, the whistle was blown before that snap.
It looks like they're marking it off against Lorain. And know what's happening? There's so many people in the box jumping around, linebackers standing up, getting ready to blitz. You're getting that young Titan line kind of nervous.
And that time the snap went back, and that time the punt is off, and it's not a bad one.
Good punt. Didn't take a good positive roll, but at least it got him out of, back to Shaker's side of the field. I would call that a successful play, tell you the truth.
I would too. They get the snap, they get the punt off, and got it down the field about
it's nice.
About 30 some yards.
It's nice if one of the people that usually take the snap, whether it be Diaz or I didn't see who punted the ball. Was that Diaz that did that?
Yes, it was. He did a nice job of getting that punt off.
Yeah. So he's in the backfield, and he's the quick kick kind of person. So that worked out fine. Big hole for number 4. He got tossed back. Big hole.
Picks up about 4 yards on that. This is the first time that Shaker has started on the other side of the 50 with the ball.
Yeah.
Really, give him about 8 yards on that carry. Well, 7. But who's
counting?
Who's counting?
Who's counting? Yeah. There's
the
some
ball.
back.
There's nice defensive play right there.
That was Diaz on defense this time, coming off of that left end. I think it was Diaz. I see him as the last person off the ball.
Yeah, he did a nice job there, making the defensive play in the backfield for a loss of 1. And
also big boy, I can't see a number, 96. Lamar Miller was back there. Maybe he made the initial stop and allowed Diaz to make the tackle.
We've got a timeout with 4:34 to go in the second quarter of play. Third down and about 4 for Shaker. Shaker right now is on top 6-0. They put together a 7-play drive to get them a touchdown. Now that was a 58-yard drive that they had earlier in the ball game. They had an opportunity. They got the ball. Their first possession of the ball game, they got it at the 15 and weren't able to punch it in for any points.
Yeah, because I remember you mentioned if Lorain could come out of this one unscathed, credit to them.
Well, here we go. 3rd down and 4 situation.
See Amar Malone, he's the big boy in there, number 99. Over on the other side as Lamar Miller. So Lorain has some people on the line who are capable of stopping the run. That might be taken off a little bit too soon. Oh, beautiful catch by number 7.
7 with a nice job catching that football. 12 got it out there to him. It looked like he was going to fake the handoff or a pitch and threw it out there in the left flats. Pickup of the first down.
And number 7 snuck out of the backfield, kind of unobserved by Lorain's defense. There comes a long pass.
Oh, and he had him wide open too. Number 9 out there for Shaker.
Yeah.
They let him slip out there. I'm thinking somebody will be hearing about that in the Lorain defensive backfield. But
well, that's a young quarterback. You got to learn when you're that wide open, you put a little bit more air under the ball. Let him run under it. Second and 10, so it's another passing down.
Yeah, they snap the ball back. Number 12 Southpaw throws it out there to the left side, picks up about 6-7 yards. We're going to give him a pickup of about 5. He stepped out after 5 yards on the far side. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 situation.
See, 7's coming out of that wing position rather than one of their wide receiver. You got to be able to pick him up and realize he is a good receiver. 4's
Snap
in motion.
back. 12 hangs it out there. This time 7 is not open.
Yeah, it's covered by number 21, so.
Pass is incomplete, falls harmlessly to the ground. A 4th down and 5 situation. Let's see if we see a shaker punter or quarterback's going to sling it out there one more time. I'm guessing they're going to run a play.
I think they are too. Once they got the passing game going, there's trips on this side, so we're going to go left.
They got 17 running underneath, and if he's got a 1st down, he's just barely got it. Well, the yard marker says 4th down. The official is saying measure. We're going to. Are we going to bring the chains out here, Tom?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's the signal for let's bring them out.
Come on, everybody on the same page. Bring them on out.
This is going to be close.
And it looks like it's going to be a little short.
Maybe inches.
Little short. Titans ball the other way.
Yeah, that's what he said. Now, can Lorain put a drive up with these last 3 minutes and 40 seconds? Be nice just for the sake of going into halftime, because, you know, this is a typical game. They're going to be in the end zones, huddle up talking, to be 6-6 or 8-6 rather than down by 6.
Well, I think it's very important here for Lorain to, no matter what, move the football and pick up at least the 1st down here and not give the ball back to Shaker here in the 2nd quarter play. Let's see, we've got Whitaker and Chapman in the backfield right now. Whitaker gets a snap, hands it off to Chapman. Chapman picks up a couple. Gets it out to about the 44-yard line. Lorain going to line it up. Got Whitaker waiting for the play to come in from the coaches on the sideline. Now he's getting everybody lined up. Snaps the football and covers it. But
I'm not sure that was a bad snap. I think he just went right by him.
That's going to be a loss of about 14. I don't know if he was looking for the football.
Yeah, here he is, right? Yeah, he was kind of.
I think that might have been a miscommunication between the center and the quarterback.
I don't know how. There's Justin Sturgill on the sideline giving some plays.
3rd down and 24, 23.
And he just don't have time to throw the ball.
Came out of there untouched, and Whitaker picks up a couple yards, but not much after he was harassed immediately when he got the football in his hands.
I think Lorain's, if they're going to generate any kind of offense, they're going to have to figure out how they're getting in so quick. He came through a couple blue shirts, and Whitaker just made a little bit out of nothing.
Yeah, he came off that left side, and
yeah,
he was right in Whitaker's face. This time it's a 4th down situation, and let's see, we've got Diaz back there, and he gets a punt off. And this time we've got a man returning it, number 3.
Oh, there was a clip, so this is going to come back, I'm sure. And a nice tackle, actually, open field tackle. 75, number, I think, Bryce Lowell. But I think it's going to come back. I think that was a clip, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right. It was about a 10-yard return, but let's see what we've got going on here.
I think Shaker said, fool me once on that quick kick. Can't fool me the second time. They had someone deep to return it.
That time it looked like Diaz almost double clutched it. Said, am I going to throw it? No, I'll kick it. Didn't get quite enough on it to get over the return man's head, though. And they're going to move this one back. Let's see where they're going to start at. Looks like Shaker's going to be starting at about the 32-yard line. No, we're going back further. We're going back to the 16.
That seems like it's a little too much on the penalty, but we'll take it. Yeah.
It seemed like they were having a little trouble establishing where the foul took place.
Yes, exactly. I didn't see a bag going down, which you normally have to do as an official. Number 12 under center.
They left the ball laying on the ground too.
That was Paris Chapman who was the first one in there, ripped the ball out of. I think that was going to be a pass.
Well, and now Shaker's going the wrong way. They lost about 8 yards on that play. And Lorain still has, there's 1:35 remaining. Lorain still got a couple timeouts left. This time they get the ball out there, get the pass out to the receiver on the left side, number 3, I think that was. He got about 10 of it back.
And he got out of bounds, which stopped the clock.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4.5. Which they're right, it stopped the clock, and if Lorain can get a stop here, they might be able to get the ball back with a little bit of time left. Hand off back there, and nice defensive stop in the backfield.
Clock management, this is where Lorain might want to call timeout, and they might have done that. 1:45, clock is stopped.
They did that right there. It's going to bring up a 4th down and about 4.
Now you hope it don't backfire on them, because, you know, is Shaker going to punt? Which the logical thing says if you're on your own 23-yard line to punt. But at this level of football, sometimes the obvious doesn't always take place.
Theoretically, a punt would be the play right here, but
we'll see.
There are several wrong things that could happen with a punt here at this juncture.
At this level of football, yes.
Just the way things have been going this afternoon. They might be looking for their best 5-yard play over there. They've had some success running that quick out.
Yes. Now, if I'm a defensive coordinator down there, I'm going to tell them you got to cover those little slots. The slots are the ones that are catching those balls, not the wide receivers.
They've had success running the trips pattern and running a man underneath, and that might be just enough to get a first down here if they choose to do that. And here they come. They've come with the trips out here to the right side, which they executed this a little bit earlier. We'll see if they go back to the well with this. Ball is snapped. Oh, this time they're going long. And number 9 is wide open. He's going to get drugged down at about the Lorain 32.
There's no deception to that. He's the wide receiver, and there's no 2 receivers over there to run a combination pattern. He has to get covered when you're the wide receiver. One of the tackler, I didn't see who it was, is down.
He got spun around on that. I think what happened was they ran that trips formation to the right side, which they had success with before, which left one receiver all there one-on-one on the left side, and he just got open. Nothing fancy, just a little go pattern there. But he picked up enough for the first down and much, much more. It's going to give Shaker decent field position here with 1:15 remaining in the first half of play.
Was that 29, Diaz, to make the tackle and hurt? I don't see him on the sideline, but I might be wrong.
Well, once again, Lorain right now, they've got to be talking about their defensive strategy and making sure that they don't want to give up another big play. They've given up that big play to let Shaker off the hook right there on a 4th down situation. Now they don't want to give up another big play. Being a minute and 15 remaining, they want to get out of this half.
Yes, exactly.
6-0. Get out of this half, get back in the locker room. Shaker is 1-7. You don't need to be giving them any extra confidence here.
That is not Diaz. That is number 22, Brandon Serrano.
Brandon Serrano made a touchdown saving tackle out there. I think he might have got spun around and twisted around on that tackle and comes off under his own power. Hopefully the young man is fine, and we'll hopefully see him back in the ball game here a little bit later on.
Well, they put Caden Rosario over there to cover the one receiver to the left if they try that same pattern.
Now they've got the trips back out here to the right side, and this time they're going to hand it off.
I think he was met by Whitaker up the middle and helped by number 39, Jamison Gaines.
And that was a nice defensive play right there by the Titans.
And the clock is still running. You got to have the clock on your side here now.
46 seconds and counting down. Ball is snapped. Number 12, nice pass over the middle, but stolen away by the Titans.
That was Chapman.
That's going to be Chapman ending up with the football. And
I almost said great catch on number 7 over there, and all of a sudden Chapman ends up with the ball.
I thought he had it too.
Here's the replay. Let's see what happened on this replay. There's 7 catching the ball. There's Chapman taken away from him.
So it was a great catch. He just didn't hold on to it. Chapman did a nice defensive job and took it away and stopped that drive and that threat by Shaker.
Now you have to be safe. 33 seconds. You don't have to, give the ball back to him on a bad snap.
Well, let's see what we've got out of the Titans offense here. 33 seconds remaining in this second quarter play. Might have a couple of guys out of position on that offensive line. They had to tell them to go to the other side. All right. And we're going to have a legal motion against the Titans. I think the motion man was moving towards the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
Because they stopped that play before it even got really even got started.
Did you ever see a defense that like Shaker's running? They have a 5-man line, but only one of them is down in the 3-point stance. Everyone else is standing up like linebackers.
Toss over the middle and intercepted. Shaker with the football and taking it to the left side. He's still alive with that football, number 18, and he's going to get the ball down inside the 10-yard line, and there we got a flag now. Going to have some extracurricular activities over there, I think, unless it was a face mask. It's on the opposite side of the field from us.
Yeah, it's hard to see. Maybe a replay might help. Let's see if we can see anything after the action itself.
Here we go.
He just undercut the pass.
Did a nice job of returning the football.
He got some lead blockers there.
I'm not sure from that replay.
Has to be on Lorain. They moved the ball 4 yards closer.
It was on Lorain. I just don't know exactly what it was.
I think number 50 back in the game.
50 is going to take it and get down
For
the
the
touchdown. And that's going to be a one-play, 4-yard drive.
Yes.
One play for the touchdown. And that was something that Lorain did not want to see.
No, they did not want to do that. I know they were aggressive, trying to do something with the passing game.
And once again, Shaker's going to try for the 2-point conversion here. They got 50 in the backfield, 25 behind him at tailback.
7 is going to run into the flats, and they have a motion man there.
25's coming out to the right side, but it's going to be the quarterback all by himself taking
No,
it
he
and knocked out of bounds.
Beautiful tackle over there. I don't know who it was.
I don't know who it was either, but he did a nice job of stopping number 12 from getting in the end zone.
Saved it 2 points. Here he comes. So I thought he had clean running all the way to the blue area. Number 2, that's Paris Chapman.
Chapman again coming up with a big defensive play. Well, Lorain is going to have the football with 3 seconds to go in the second quarter of play. I'm going to think that maybe they're going to run it or fall down on it.
The coach is probably saying, let's not put it up in the air. We come from that era, the old Woody Hayes, that when you put the ball up in the air, 3 things happen and 2 of them are bad.
That's right.
And you just proved that on the last series there.
And the left tackle moved a little bit, but I think the officials are not going to.
Let's not worry about it.
We're not even looking at that one. I didn't see that.
All
right. Well, we are at halftime over here at George Daniel Field. It is the Lorain Titans. They're on the other side of the scoreboard.
Yes.
They've got Shaker is on top, 12-0. We're at halftime. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back for the second half of action right after this.
What kind of Titans are we? This is a question we have to ask ourselves every day as we walk these halls. In Lorain City Schools, we are passionate about kindness. We believe one simple act of kindness can start the movement that changes the world around us. As a school, our positive behavioral intervention and support approach, or for short, PBIS, model is rooted in kindness. Our goal as a school is to increase our students and staff's kindness to self, kindness to others, and kindness to our environments. When we increase kindness in our school, we will decrease the behaviors that interfere with the positive environments we want in every school in our district. Let's see what that looks like in our buildings. The expectation of kindness in our schools starts the moment you begin your day. Upon entering classrooms, it is important that we remember to be on time, be prepared and have technology and supplies ready, be engaged and maintain a clean classroom. Our Titan expectation to be kind to self, kind of others, and kind to our environment extends to the hallways, in our restrooms, in the main office, in the cafeteria, and on school transportation. Our staff will be here to model, teach, and reward positive behaviors with the goal of creating a school culture of kindness. That's because the common expectations are designed to be the standard in every classroom and every school in Lorain City Schools. Titans, we know you can do this. Let's show the world what kind of Titans we are.
Back out here at George Daniel Stadium, getting ready to get the second half action underway in freshman football. It is Shaker Heights over here at George Daniel. They are on top, 12-0. My name is Gary Pelter. I'm here with Tom Bowers. And Tom, let's get the second half underway here.
That was a nice pitch and catch. I don't know if anyone's seen it between number 12 and number 9. Now, we have names on some of these young men from Shaker.
And there we go, number 3 taking the ball out there. Of course, one of the names that I don't have.
Yeah. I think they called him down. He dropped the ball, but I think he was down by contact on the ground. So even at this level, the ground can cause a fumble. And they're giving him the sticks.
And it's going to be a first down.
Well, Shaker started off with 2 passes in a row here. I don't know if that's their strategy to give him some work on the passing game.
Well, the young man out there, number 12, Malone, throws the ball down the field, and he had the receiver wide open.
That was number 9. Who is number 9 then?
That was Mr. Seals is his name.
Yeah.
Seals had his hands on that football. Yeah. When he sees that one replayed on YouTube somewhere down the line, he's going to say, man, I should have had that.
Should have had him. Yeah. And I think Mr. Chapman is going to have to say, man, I should have covered him. I'm not watching. Is he doing some sort of a second move that gets him that wide open?
Malone throws the ball, little middle screen there. Got it to one of their slot men, number 11, whom that number I do not have. If you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, we were not afforded with the privilege of a complete Shaker roster. I just came back from halftime and got some of the names for some of the numbers of the players that played prominent roles in that first half of play, but 11 was not one of them. Mr. Malone, the quarterback, was, though, and he completes the ball out there to Seals, and Seals is going to pick up about 12 yards.
This is 7 this time, so no, 9 again. So he's their main receiver this third quarter for sure. I think they said let's see what the passing, because all halftime I watched them. That's all they did is work Malone on a passing game, and they're going to put it into action here live against the Lorain Titans.
And so far, Shaker has 2 first downs here in this drive, opening drive of the second half of play. And that time, Titans defense is all over him.
That number 22, Brandon Serrano making a tackle.
Serrano back into the ball game. Yeah. He came out after getting a little dinged up earlier in the second quarter of play, but good to see him back in there. That was a loss of about 7. Shaker Malone out there waiting to get his play from the quarterback or from the coaches on the sideline. Malone takes it, swings it out to number 11 over here on the sideline, and 11 is going to take it, and they spin him down and out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. And what do we got? Oh, we got a flag down here on the field. Holding.
Block in the back, is that the holding? I thought it was a good block out here if they're talking about the one.
I was looking one direction. I saw him signal it was going against Shaker, so it's going the other way.
Well, that was Jonathan Gaines that took him out of bounds and saved the touchdown, but for not because of the penalty.
Going to bring up a second down and 11. Malone taking the snap. They flip it on over out there to Linder. Linder taking the football, picking up nice yardage. He's going to take it down to about the 12-yard line and get nice chunk of yardage himself, about 22 yards on the pickup.
Tackled by Serrano again on the open field. Even their only running play this time was actually about a 5 or 6 yard pitch out. And guess who's back in the game, number 50?
A Knifley. That's what they told me his name was. And he's going to take that football and pick up about, about 5, 6 yards on that pickup.
Did he carry half the team with him, I think?
They're going to give him about 5 on that. He's going to take it down to about the 7-yard line. 2nd and 5 from the 7. Red Raiders are
knocking on the door. They can get a first down without a touchdown. There's a little pitch.
A quick pitch out there. That was to Linder, and Linder takes it into the end zone. 7-yard touchdown run. That'll make it 18-0 in favor of Shaker Heights. And Shakers, what do we got here now? We've got some officials talking to the Titans coaches. What have we got here? We got it on the 3-yard line. Did we have a penalty on that?
They don't move the ball, so it's still on the extra point mark, the 3. You're getting a play from the sideline.
Quick pass, quick shuffle over there to Linder, number 25, and once again he gets it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion to make it 20-0. Shaker Heights Red Raiders on top. Seven plays and 65 yards for the score.
Wow. That was a drive. You know, at this level, I think the coach says, let's work on our passing game, because they ran the ball successfully in the second quarter. Now they're going to try to see what they can do with the passing game, and that's what this level of football is all about, isn't it?
I would agree, and I think they saw that they were having a little bit of success. They had some guys open at the end of that second quarter of play, and they said, well, let's see what we can do coming out here in the third. And they were successful with it. They got some guys open, and then they got the ball to number 25, Linder, a couple times, and he did a nice job running the football. Now let's see.
I see what they were talking about to the Lorain coaches. There must have been a 15-yard penalty that they decided to take it off on the kickoff.
Yes.
This is a 9th grade version of a quick kickoff. A nice little run by Diaz.
And we've got Whitaker limping back there. I don't know what happened to him, but after he handed the football off to Diaz, he kind of just stopped in the backfield. Now he's limped back into position, his quarterback position, to take the snap.
That might have been the biggest run of the day, or longest run of the day. But they put the ball on the ground again. They shoot their foot after successful plays, the next play, a lot of times they've been shooting themselves in the foot, which doesn't help.
Nope, and this time they're going to lose 5 yards and go backwards. It's going to be 2nd and 15.
Here comes Chapman in for Whitaker.
Whitaker's still limping a little bit. You're going to have Chapman in the backfield and Diaz back there. Not sure who's going to get the snap because they both got him so far in this ball game. That time Chapman takes the snap and he's going to pick up about 2 yards, but that's only going to bring up a 3rd down and 15, or 3rd down and 13. Titans started this possession on the 50-yard line. They picked up a 1st down, and then they promptly lost 5 yards on the immediate play after. Let's see. That time Diaz gets the football, and he hands it off to Chapman. Chapman takes the ball, and he's going to lose about 4 or 5 yards as the Red Raiders are all in the backfield and all over him.
There was 8 tacklers on there. It's hard to even point out who made the first stop. Yeah.
4th down and
91 and then 9.
It looks like 19 or 20. They're going to say 18 up on the scoreboard. We'll go with that. We're going to see Diaz punt it again. He's had a couple of successful punts. This time he's going to keep the football. And he got tripped up by the 40-yard line.
Yeah, too bad. That's where Red Raiders will take over.
He picked up about 9 of it, but no more, and turned it on over.
I'm not sure he would have made the sticks, but he probably looks like he would have made another 6 or 7 yards, but I'm not sure he'd make the sticks, though. Here it is on replay. Nice little run there.
Yeah, just lost his footing right there on about the 40-yard line. You can't even blame that on the maintenance man not cutting the grass because it's an AstroTurf field here.
You can't blame the wet turf either because we haven't had rain in a while.
Artificial turf. Do they call it AstroTurf anymore?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think we're just dating myself here.
I think they just call it the turf, don't they?
Linder takes a pitch and looked like he might have been tackled for a loss, but he evades that defender and gets it out for a gain of about 2.
I don't know exactly who made the tackle, but he got past one and didn't get past the other one.
Did a heck of a job picking up a couple yards on that run, though.
Yes, he did.
Malone in the backfield and Linder back behind him. Motions Linder out. Malone looks down the field, and he has a man wide open. That was number 11 again.
Yeah, 5 was back there, the closest one to him, Mr. Jackson.
I don't know who would have had an opportunity to tackle number 11 if he'd have caught that football.
Wow.
There weren't a lot of guys in the immediate vicinity.
I hate to be negative, but I think Lorain's going to have to work on their pass coverage because there's been too many people that have been wide open, but we've seen a lot of drop passes here from Shaker.
Malone gets it over the middle, and that was number 17 with the reception. He picked it up, a sliding catch down to about the 48-yard line, going to be 4th down and 2.
Sometimes at this level, anywhere on the field is 4th down territory for them.
And we've got a flag.
They called a encroachment on, no, they called offsides on Shaker. Someone kind of moved before the snap.
Someone flinched, and they weren't supposed to do that. It's going to move it back 5 yards, going to bring up a 4th down and 7, and we're probably still going to see Shaker run a play. They're up 20-0. And they've had some success with their passing game. They've also had success with number 25, Lindor, running the football. And there's going to be guys going downfield. They're not supposed to do that. I think maybe the center forgot the snap count.
Yeah, when you see 4 people offside, you never blame them. You always got to blame the center. That puts them back to like behind the sticks, and here comes a punt team. Is this going to be Shaker's very first punt?
I believe it is.
Well, Janelle Diaz goes back to thing, and so does Chapman.
Number 80, the punter for Shaker, and he picks that ball up off the ground and drills it right over the heads of the oncoming linemen.
Yes.
And the defender, the man on the punt team for Shaker, picked it up and started running with it.
Yeah.
I don't think he knew exactly what happened on that. Maybe he thought a Titan might have touched it or something.
Well, that's the first time they punted this game. I don't know how many times they punted in the previous games they've had. So it's a learning experience all the way around for 9th graders. Now, to see what Lorain can start a drive on Shaker's side of the field. They have a minute to go in this quarter, and they got another quarter to go.
Well, there's definitely plenty of time left in this football game.
Yeah, I'm kind of seeing the problem Lorain's having with blocking.
And once again, taking the snap back into the football game, that is Whitaker. He's back out on the field playing quarterback. He got the snap himself. That time he took it to the right for a loss of about 2. That play just really never developed.
You know, it's harder to block a linebacker than it is to block a lineman. I mean, that's a given in football. But if you look at Shaker's defense, there's only one man with his hand on the ground, the nose man. Everybody else is playing like a linebacker. And I don't think Lorain is adapted blocking them. That was, what, Diaz again.
Diaz picking up about, we'll give him about 7 yards on the pickup. About 8 yards, taking it to the, down to the 42-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4 situation for the Titans. Titans trying to move that football. Whitaker hands it off once again to Diaz. Diaz, this time he picks up some yardage and picks up the 1st down.
Yeah.
Pick up about 7, 1st down for the Titans. Having one of their better offensive possessions so far.
Have they been?
And we've got the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Yeah. It's the Shaker Heights Raiders on top 20-0 over the Titans. The Titans have the football and they're driving.
Is this their deepest penetration, 33-yard line? I don't know. But that's, I mean, this is encouraging. Drive this ball here, score, and come back and play some defense.
Raiders on the other side. They're coming out and they just want to keep doing what they've been doing. They've been fairly successful defensively.
Yeah.
If not stopping the Titans, they've slowed them down.
And like I said, every series so far, there's been a snap or a fumble that's caused them to lose 5 yards and put them way behind the sticks where their running game doesn't get them the first down. They have to put the ball in the air, and they don't have time against this shaker rush.
No, they have not had time. All right, once again, the spread look. Wide receiver out to the right, man in the slot on the right, and a split end out on the left side. Got Diaz in the backfield. And it looks like that time it's going to be Whitaker taking it himself. He's going to pick up about 5 yards on that with a nice positive yardage carry.
Still limping a little bit, but
going to get it down to the 29-yard line. I think you're right. I think this is about the best field position that the Titans have had so far. And off this time it's going to Diaz. He's going to try and get outside. He does so. Gets down inside the 20-yard line to about the, they're going to call him out on the 20, but that's going to be enough for a first down. Second first down of this drive for the Titans.
I see a big substitution for the Raiders, and this may be putting their first defense back in.
Are you saying that they had a couple of guys in there getting some playing time?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, what you're supposed to do when you're up 20-0 at this level.
Whitaker hands the ball off to Diaz. Diaz picks up about 3 going to the left. Took a step towards the center, and then he veered it back to the left side. And pick up a couple. Bring up a 2nd down and 7. Whitaker takes the snap, hands it off to Diaz. Diaz breaking tackles up the middle, picks up about, he needed 7, he picked up about 6.5. Going to bring up a 3rd down and short. And this is definitely 4-down territory for the Titans. Got 2 opportunities to pick up this first down. Will we see Diaz get the football again? He's been pretty successful running it this drive. Whitaker, this time he takes the snap himself, going to toss it up in the right corner of the end zone, and that time it was for Chapman, but
well covered.
It was well covered, knocked away.
There's nothing wrong with the pass. There's nothing wrong with the pattern. It was just well covered. That's all you can say about that. I know the coaching strategy. I mean, they're 3rd and 2nd and a foot. Put the ball in the air, and then come back and get the first down 2nd.
All right, that was 3rd down. This is 4th down. Here we go.
I had my downs wrong. I was reading the sticks wrong.
Well, they were late on making the change.
Okay.
All right, Whitaker gets the ball, going to hand it off to Diaz, and they're going to stop him short. They're going to turn the ball over on downs.
That was their deepest penetration down to about the 11-yard line, 12-yard line. Yeah.
They took the ball to the left side, and the defense was there.
Yeah.
Shaker's getting the ball back on downs. The 12-yard line. Six minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter of play. Malone gets a snap, hands it off to Linder.
I can't see who's getting up last. 75. Bryce Lowell.
Linder's going to be stopped for a loss. Linder's had a pretty successful second half of play running the football, but that time Titans had the formula to stop him. Once again, Malone slings it out there to the right, and receiver unable to hold on to it.
Well,
I don't know what the exact statistics for Malone are this afternoon, but he's had some passes that were pretty good passes that went right in the hands of receivers.
Your definition of pretty good, I would say very good.
And that one is picked off and going to go the other way.
Slammed down by 25. I think we have a name on 25. Playing some defense now.
That was Linder,
the running back.
That was Rosario, number 21, intercepting the football for the Titans.
That's their, second interception of the game.
Yes, Chapman had one earlier. We called it an interception, but he stole it right out of the receiver's hands. It's going to be Titans football. They're going to have good field position again. They're going to start out on Shaker 23.
That's for sure their best start of the game.
Let's see what we can get the Titans to do this time. Got a tight end and a wing on the right side. This time they're going to hand it off. Picking up some yardage. About a 5-6 yard pickup. I did not get the number on that. That was Chapman running the football.
I think it was Chapman, yes. He was in the tailback. Diaz is in, but I think he's out here as a wide receiver, playing in the slot. My guess is they're going to try to get him the ball on a little bubble. Serrano is the blocking wing back.
And Whitaker's going to be tackled for a loss of about 5. He had a second or two to throw the ball, but not much. And then there were Shaker Heights ball players all over him.
Yeah. Lorain is having a hard time blocking those up defensive linemen. You know, the varsity plays the same team tomorrow night. I don't think you'll see the same defense on a varsity level that you see here on a 9th grade level with up defensive linemen. I think back in the day, I think they used to call that the radar defense, where everyone's standing up. You know, you never know who's coming, who's going.
I remember that defense.
The radar.
Who was it that used to run that? There was
Brookside around here did it a little bit. I don't know any big time teams that used to do it.
I remember somebody on the professional level,
Oh.
they would do it once in a while. It wasn't their base defense, but
Okay.
they'd come out and they'd run it.
Everyone's standing up. You never know who's coming, who's
don't
going.
know.
Yeah.
You don't know who's coming, who's dropping back. You don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they got one man down in the middle. There we go. You got 2 men down. And handing the ball off to Diaz, and he's going to maybe get a yard.
Well, it's 4th. I think they have to put the ball in the air. Do they have time to do that? That's the question.
Well, we've seen a couple situations where we thought they were going to put it up in the air, and they ended up trying to pick up some yardage on the ground on fourth down situation. So let's see what we do here. Titans snap the football, and this time Whitaker's going to throw. Tosses it up, and it's picked off. Coming back the other way. Shaker Heights with the football, and they're going to bring it out to the 28-yard line.
I wouldn't call that a tackle by Bruce Lowe. I call that a wrestling takedown.
I thought that pass had a legitimate chance of being completed.
Yeah. The Shaker's been playing some ball hawking.
Well, 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the ball game. Shaker's got the football back.
I think someone ought to get over there and cover that slot man. That's the guy I thought of.
And there they go. They found him, and now he is wide open and going down the field. There's no Titan that's going to catch him.
That was from the 29, so that's like a 71-yard pass reception.
Yep, one play, 79 yards for the score. That's going to make it 26-0 in favor of Shaker Heights. They're going to come out here and attempt another two-point conversion, I'm betting. We haven't seen a field goal kicker or a extra point kicker from either team so far.
No. Years and years ago, when I was coaching junior high, I suggested to make a kicking at this level worth 2 points and running it in only worth 1 point.
And Linder takes it in for the conversion, and it is now 28-0 in favor of the Shaker Heights Raiders.
And my idea was you have to develop a kicker, so encourage teams to kick at the junior high level, at the 9th grade level, by making it worth more than the run in. But that fell on deaf ears.
Well, back in my old days as well, when I was coaching freshmen, we always had them.
Yeah.
Always had them kicking.
And you have to have a good snap. You have to have a good hold. You got to have a good kick. But, you know, you have to learn all those 3 skills somewhere along the line. So you do it either at the junior high level or at the freshman level. Well, Lorain has their work cut out for them now, starting back at their own 35.
And the ball is snapped. We have a new ball carrier, the wingman.
Cade Rosario?
Rosario, he had the interception a little bit earlier. So, well, let's get him the ball on offense and see what he can do. And he picks up about 4 yards. Nice pickup coming from the wingback slot man position. Whitaker gets a snap, hands it off to Diaz. Diaz takes it around the left end, picks up a nice chunky yardage, knocks one defender backwards, and he's going to pick up about 11 yards on the carry. And another first down for the Titans.
Whitaker, the quarterback, and Diaz, the running back, are both fullback types. They rather run over you than around you.
Whitaker hands it off. That time,
no success, too many defenders.
That was Diaz once again, and he lost a yard on that carry. 2nd and 11 for the Titans. They're across midfield, but they're going the wrong direction on that play.
I think that was a missed assignment by someone. Whitaker turned one way. The running back went the other way.
Whitaker had the presence of mind to at least go with it himself to the left and picked up about 7 yards. Nice job on that. Picked up the one they lost and about 6 more.
I think he realized the play was destined to go left, so he might as well run left. That's where your blocking's set up.
Either that or there was less white shirts over there. He said, I'm going this way. This time Diaz takes it to the left.
It gets out of bounds and stops the clock.
That was a pickup of about 16, 17 yards on that. Nice pickup, another first down for the Titans.
Be nice to get a score in, just for something positive to happen in this game.
Looks like there's some wholesale changes over there on the Shaker side. And now they're not sure who's in the ball game, who's not in the ball game, and we're going to have a timeout.
You've seen basketball games at this level where they blow the whistle and they make them line up so everyone can see who man they're covering when they're making all these substitutions.
There's a story when first few years I was doing radio broadcasting. We were working over at North Ridgeville, and our broadcast setup was right next to the official score. There was a kid from the away team came over, and he's looking at me, and I was trying to motion him down to the official score, and he just went in the ball game. So that team had 6 guys on the floor, and they literally played about, 5, 6, 10 seconds with 6 guys on the floor. Finally, the officials saw it and stopped it. They said, "No, you're not supposed to do that." He goes, "Well, that guy sent me in."
He told me to come.
So when you get in the game, he said, "That guy's with the radio station."
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thankfully, it wasn't at a critical moment of the ball game, but
well, Lorain has 2 minutes and a few seconds to see if they can make something positive happen. I see the wingback over here for Lorain. I don't know, I can't get a number on him, but he is wide open.
Well, that's the 21 in the slot here.
Yeah, Rosario. Now, he can't go downfield. He has to stay right there and catch the pass.
And they got it to him. Nice call. Rosario gets the ball. He takes it down to about the 15-yard line. They bump him back a little bit to the 16, but picked up some yardage and picked up a first down. 1:57 and counting now. Start the clock after they mark the ball.
Shaker's trying to steal the ball away from him rather than tackling him.
Whitaker goes high for the snap. They hand it off once again to Diaz. Diaz will pick up a couple of yards. Going to the right. Got a timeout, Titans.
That may be their last, or they're down to their last. Yeah. Like I said, I don't think they have a chance to win the game, but we'd like to end up on a positive. I think Lorain might have a couple more games after this. So you end up on a positive. Your record is, you're still 3-3.
Well, they'll be perfect 500 at 3-3-1.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I think they have Medina next week, and they said that's going to be a tough one because in Medina's
Pedigree?
Pedigree with a great passing game that they've
That was my big word for the day.
pedigree.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought you were talking about number 4. Doesn't they have a pedigree on the team?
They do. Caught some balls in the first half of play. High in the air, Whitaker puts it up there, and Chapman went up for it, but there was more white shirts than he accounted for, I think. They knocked the football down. It's going to bring up a 3rd down situation.
Again, Shaker has played some nice pass defense. I'll give them credit on that one.
If you're looking at the video down on the track, that's the 8th grade team coming on out. And there we go, a handoff out there. That was that Diaz?
I think it was. Yes, it is.
Diaz lose a yard. I was going to say that's the 8th grade team. We'll be having that game as well. So if you're searching around,
stay
watching,
tuned.
Watching this one on YouTube sometimes, say, well, hey, I'm going to turn on and find the 8th grade game and see what they did.
Stay tuned. Here we are.
Whitaker gets it out there to Diaz. Diaz is going to pick up some yards, but not enough to keep those chains moving. He'll pick up about 4 yards on that swing pass out there to the left side, but it's going to turn the ball over on downs, and with 48 seconds remaining in this ball game, it's going to be Shaker's ball again.
Well, now, is Shaker going to try to put one more score on the board with some long passes, or are they going to run the ball twice up the middle and let the clock run out?
Well, let's see what we've got. Obviously, they have this firmly in control at 28-0. That being said, the guys, some of the guys that are now in for Shaker that are getting some playing time, they want an opportunity to prove themselves as well. Still got Malone playing quarterback though right now. He's going to hand it off. He hands it off to Pedigree that time, number 4.
Brought down by Jamison Gaines. I don't know why the clock stopped. Someone must have called it. Here it
well,
comes.
they moved the first down, moving the chains for the first
yeah,
down.
I didn't see that part of it. And here comes the victory formation. That's sportsmanlike. Very sportsmanlike.
And Shaker's excited. They've got their second win of the season. They are moving to 2-7 on the year after the long bus ride from the east side. And on the other side of the coin, well, the Titans go to 500 now. They are 3-3-1. And the final score for this afternoon's ball game, the Shaker Heights Raiders 28 and the Titans nothing.
Well, stay tuned because here comes another football game with the Lorain 8th graders playing the same middle school from Shaker. I assume they call them the Raiders also. Are they the junior Raiders?
We'll see if we can find that information out. It's always a challenge.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to wrap this one up. Once again, the final score for this ball game, it was 28-0 in favor of the Shaker Heights Raiders over the Lorain Titan Freshman Ball Club. My name is Gary Pelter for Tom Bowers. We're wrapping it up. We're calling it a ball game. Thank you very much and have a good night, everybody.
Yeah.